It's time for another session. Getting started here. As you can see, I brought that up to record just before we loaded in, so you could see that we're still all set as a permadeath save. And everything, haven't changed anything. So we are good to go now. Okay, so it's like, I guess you have to be a certain distance away from it for it to actually work, to do that and everything. I just had to go see if it had reloaded the thing. I wasn't gonna. I really wouldn't have taken it this time if it had, but it didn't. So I'm not sure what the deal with that is. And I mean, it almost feels like, because it's clearly like a feature of the game, but I'm not sure if it's actually meant to regenerate that same ship over and over again. And yeah, I'm still gonna keep track, because we need more ships. I would like to be able to find another couple of solar ships. Of course, honestly, I mean, we could work on repairing and then go find us a Sentinel ship, because that's really going to end up being the ultimate goal. The Sentinel ships are really some of the best ships that you can get in the thing. Of course, you know, finding a good one might be difficult. Sometimes hard to do that. You need to go out system after system. But there's stuff that we're going to want to farm that is involved in that entire enterprise of farming Sentinel ships as well. So it's just a question of when we end up getting involved in that. $26. That can't be the same one. We flew way farther than that. Well, okay. There's no way that this is the same one, though. Yeah, it's not the same one, because these are all different, and so it looks like the same one, but it's not the same one. This was a pirate ship. Trophies fashioned from the bones of alien species adorn every available surface. 2 pilots lie slumped behind the exit hatch, each plunging a dagger into the other's throat. There was a prize on board, and it was worth dying and killing for. My unease grows as I hear scratching emanating from the cargo hold, where surely the loot will be found. If we send out a warning signal, I think we'll just get a upgrade. But if we search the cargo hold, we'll probably get a technology. Let's try that. A wild-eyed pirate lunges at me as the door opens. It flees, leaving behind its ill-gotten gains. Yep. We got a good technology, a cadmium drive. Alright, so here's the question. Yeah, it's not the same one. It's not even the same class. So, yeah, I mean, it looks exactly the same, but it's a different class now. That other one, we just got lucky. I was thinking, I mean, I know 3 S-class ships seems like more than just lucky, but it does happen. And that's what I was thinking, is that, you know, a lot of times you'll get like a ship like that looks the exact same, but it'll be a different class, and everything. So, and that's got to be what's going on there. Is that sorry, I'm looking for our other ship. It wasn't far. There it is. I was going to say it wasn't that far, so we should be able to find it again. So, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that we just got super lucky, guys. You know, I mean, I was really contemplating getting, you know, just doing something to get rid of those and not really making use of them in any way other than to maybe break them down or something. But it looks like that's not actually necessary because it's, you know, after flying a little bit, we got the same ship. It's just a different class and everything. So I'm pretty sure at this point that we just got lucky, guys. We just got lucky and found 3 S-class ships somehow. I mean, and they just happen to be, because I guess they were on the same planet in the same area or whatever, they look exactly the same. But I did point out that I know that the stuff, you know, in their slots was different too, because, you know, we got that we got one of these from one of those S-class ships, and the other ones didn't have that same thing, so they weren't exactly the same ship. I was, you know, wondering about that, but, you know, as it turns out, there's no way it could have been the same. Yeah, we're not installing a cadmium drive in this ship, sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to go to this, and I'm like, where is it? And I know it's not in the inventory. It's a completely different set of menus. Okay. But yeah, that's I'll probably get a lot of my cargo bulkhead expanders by finding sunken freighters the same way. Nothing on that. How precise do you have to be for this thing? Are there really no other crashed ships within any distance? at this rate, my hopes for another solar ship are going to be dashed. It's just so weird. Like, I don't really understand what the range on it is, because I've had it pick up both ones that are, you know, within like 1,000 units, and then I've also had it sometimes pick up things that were within like 2 hours. I mean, the different radars, like this one, I don't know about that, but, and I'm not just talking about the quest markers. I know the quest markers are like a special thing, so you know, it picks them up based on a quest result, not an actual, you know, finding the thing randomly. I'm just trying to figure out, am I better off doing this and kind of scanning every time it comes up, or am I better off just flying to an area and then scanning? Because if it's a big area, then I'm better off flying around and you know, getting a central scan on a large area, and then going, okay, well, if there's nothing in that area, you know, I'm gonna kind of look that up. Let's see if it's got I'm just gonna see if anybody knows. Doesn't have a fixed range. Instead, it scans for, yeah, points of interest such as sunken freighters or crashed ships within the vicinity of your location. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't really say. Technology recharge. So in other words, it's just kind of a fucking crapshoot. It might find something that's right underneath you, or it might find something that's 2 hours away, or it might not find anything at all, even if something's right, you know, right over the next hill. That's kind of annoying, to be honest. Technology recharge. It'd be nice if, you know, it was a actual reliable tool. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do basically one more sort of refill of launch fuel worth. And of course, Might have just spotted one without actually scanning for it. I saw that green that looks like it might have been. And that's probably not, but that will still. Well, we did find one. Oh, I guess I did see one. Oh, good, it's the science ship again. It's still a C class, but and as you can tell that it's not the same one, because see, this was an S class in the previous one. Okay, so but you know, now we can, even though it's the same model, eventually we will be able to take, if we can find one more of this kind, we can take them apart and put it back together with a reactor, an S-class reactor, and have an S-class ship, if we work at it. So definitely worth the effort to maybe to hopefully find another one of those. Of course, it'd be nice if we could just find an S-class one, right? Of course, we do have those other ones, so. And I am going to stick with that rule about the, you know, if we do the repairs on one of those S-classes, fully repair it and get it going, then we can trade that one for an equivalent or lesser Sentinel ship. Because we will have done the work to earn it. I feel like that. I should have read that, right? I should be able to reread it. 2 warrior corpses lie across the control panel, clearly flung there by the impact of the crash. I'm no expert, but they seem to be of different genders. Perhaps they were a mating couple. Perhaps they were co-pilots. Whatever their story, it has now ended. Search the cockpit. I wrenched the bodies from the cockpit. Beneath them lies an undamaged technology I can scan. We got a phase beam. Cool. Yeah, so this is working out for us really well. We're getting a lot of free ship technology doing this as well. So it's definitely got a payoff for us. It's definitely not, you know, useless, wasted time. By any means, by any stretch of the imagination. So let's see if maybe we can find another one just right nearby. No, of course not. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. I'm just counting it. I feel like 20 seconds of pulse, of, you know, full speed flight, even in atmosphere. That should get us within the region of a different one, if, you know, potentially. I actually kind of wish we could scan from the ship, but nope. Nope, none of that. And I guess I'm just going to have to live with the fact that it's going to cost a lot in launch fuel. Yeah, we might have to find ground-based wrecks to find any more solar ships. It looks like there's only the two kinds in the water here. The one explorer and the one hauler, as far as, you know, body styles. Yeah, it'd be nice to actually have some sort of an idea of what the range on the scanner is. You could more effectively search, but since you don't know, all you can really do is just kind of randomly go up and down.
Technology recharging.
And hope you get lucky, I suppose. Which we didn't.
Warning. Threat detected.
You think maybe you could detect some threats further out than right on top of us? This computer?
Hostile ships defeated.
Or a different ocean altogether. This is on an entirely different side of the planet now, so. Of course, that means absolutely nothing as far as whether or not we'll actually find something. But at least I know we're not, you know, scanning the same area. And not finding anything because it's, you know, the same scanning range as before. Nope. Nope, now we're just not finding anything because there's clearly nothing to find right here. Up. Get a little distance. I guess we'll come back down relatively close to the shoreline because we don't really have any choice. We crossed over to where the shoreline nearly is. Okay. Okay, so if that detected it 7 minutes away by Nautilin, that's a pretty significant range. The same, but I'm not sure the same range applies. But at least it gives us a target where we can go up and come back down and try scanning again. The sunken buildings really aren't worth an awful lot. I mean, it's great that you can find them if you need the eyes, because there's always a couple of these guys right here. Returning user identified. Terminal not active. Unlocking data log. Continuation for analysis. Where do the Sentinels come from? No ships are ever seen arriving to deposit them, yet we know they have spatial drives and can appear on any planet. Do they build themselves from resources on the worlds that they infest, like a mechanoid virus, drawing on the host body to metastasize new matter? Korvax science speaks of metals in their makeup that should not exist in our age of the universe. No one has ever seen them built. They are simply here as if the universe expresses them into existence. I discovered something coded deep inside the long-dead traveler's data log. Something has been left that will aid me on my journey. Which will just be, so like some condensed carbon or something, and then some nanites. Yeah, that's basically what you get from these places. Is a story, continuation of sort of a storyline, and some nanites. The sad thing is really not a lot of nanites. Like you can get more nanites doing almost anything else, to be honest. All right, so let's see. Let's summon this. Nope. Okay, so at this point, I think I'm just. I think this process is extensively frustrating. Searching for, I was hoping that sunken wreck it would be better with the sunken wrecks. But the problem with those is clearly they're few and far enough between that it's very difficult to actually find one. You have to just keep landing and getting in the Nautilin and landing and... I did figure out, though, how to find the land wrecks a little better, but of course we don't have the stuff for it yet. Because you can, of course, we might be able to. Let's see, we have a signal booster. Got all this for free. Let's go ahead and check it out. And by check it out, I mean remove all the little exclamation points so I don't have those clogging things up. So I've got it. I know I have a signal booster. Come on, where is it? Did I put it in the... Oh, it's in the roamer. It's in the roamer. And now this can find just damn near anything, really. I mean, it finds all kinds of stuff. This time it found a settlement we already know about. Yeah, and once it marks a building, you have to go there, or it won't mark another building. But at least with this, when it finds something, it almost always finds something that has a free landing spot at it. So we can just go from landing spot to landing spot for free. You have arrived. Yeah, we just go in, destination reached. Then we put the signal booster back out. And it'll only sometimes locate the same building you're standing at. Just now and then. Okay, so this time is a transmission comms tower. But, like I said, so what I'm trying to do here is... what we are actually looking for are an actual transmission, not a comms tower, but a transmission tower, which will be a specific kind of building. But it's fine as long as we can land for free at the location that it sends us to. These are, I mean, you don't get anything from these. We just, we just want it to say destination reached. Then we'll put down the signal booster again and locate another nearby building. Hopefully not the same one that we just left or the same one we just arrived at. That there is no guarantee on that, though. You can't really control. Yeah, I think it just located the it just located the same tower we're standing at. I guess we could try using it to see if it will then change what we're getting. I don't think it will, though, because you don't get anything from the from these comm towers. They're just there for the quest lines, really, more than anything. Or maybe I just believe that because I've never learned the entire language and stuff. Because you can pick up a message from. See, network traffic low, access records, and we can access old calls. But you can't. I mean, all we know from that is will. So yeah, I mean, if they're talking about something important, we don't know what it is. Yeah, at least we got a new one. Yep. And I was going to say, well, that's when it's an abandoned building. Hell, I didn't even know you could get abandoned buildings on that thing. So that will not have a parking space, a free parking space. But I believe, and I could be wrong about this, I believe if we get close in the ship, we can get marked as having arrived without actually... Nope, it's gonna make us land. Yeah. I think it might work if you have a ship that can hover. This one can't. Well, it's better than having to use up fuel every single time you Don't point at the same building. Please don't point at the same building. It just pointed at the same building. Fine, I'll take the stupid nanites. Returning user identified, terminal now active, unlocking data log continuation for analysis. There is a world, turned to dust long before the rise of Viking, where the natives turned against the sentinels. They chafed under the omnipresent eyes of the machines. Resentment begat violence. Drones were destroyed. More natives fought, and so came the bipeds, the quadrupeds, the interceptors in the sky. These and more. Soon there was war, and still the machines came, in exponential growth, until at last they ended a species as a punishment. Still, the galaxy refused to learn from this. Discover something coded deep inside the Long Dead Traveler's data log. Something has been left that will aid me on my journey. Nanites. And don't think I'm trying to be ungrateful about the pitiful number of nanites we get for finding these abandoned buildings.
Units received.
But that is a rather pitiful amount of nanites. Like you'd need to find what, 6 or 7 buildings to get an S-class, to buy an S-class module. That's pretty skimpy in terms of, you know, how much you're getting. Ooh. That's a trading post. Oh, nope, don't. Oh, glad I didn't tax it. I thought I was going to take off there for a second by accident. Don't want to leave my signal booster behind. Yeah, I'm still trying to farm ships. I just decided to stop trying to farm them in the water for now. I got tired of that. I was just getting irritated scanning and scanning and scanning and everything and getting few results. Every time I scanned and didn't get a result, I felt better about taking those ships. Those S-class ships, I was like, thank God I found something worthwhile out of all that. Okay, it's half buried, but it is a trading post. Which at least means that, you know, the landings are free. And words. We can learn words. Also, we might meet a traveler. I mean, this is all stuff we'd want to do anyway. So. May not be the most exciting. Okay. And just so you know, I'm gonna start buying repair kits when I find them in places like this, so that we can repair those S-class ships. Because you know, we can use those to fix things that are only fixable by, you know, difficult to find things like activated copper and things of that nature. You know, where there may not even be some of that in the system we're in, or even one of the systems we've been in recently. won't let us do another one, right? Yep. Locate me something else. Anything else.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
And the most irritating thing about it is I almost feel like this has to be the same abandoned building we were at just a minute ago. It can't be, because, yeah, we haven't reloaded or anything, so it can't have reset. So it has to be a different one. Returning user identified, terminal now active, unlocking data log continuation for analysis. Is there a connection between the monoliths and the sentinels? The origins of these ancient structures seems to predate all known civilization. Over time, these structures have become imbued with the beliefs and the histories of the creatures that evolved around them. But what if there was a precursor species that came before us all? One of such infinite knowledge and interstellar power that even after their extinction, their tools remain for us to pore over, like an infant confronted with a fusion reactor. I discover something coded deep inside the long-dead traveler's data log. Something has been left that will aid me on my journey. And that's how it always ends. And it's always about 130, 120, 130 nanites.
Thermal protection falling.
Okay. Did it not locate anything? Okay, I guess that's what happens when it can't locate anything in the nearby area. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to spot anything manually in a storm like that. Alright, there's a building. Alright, that's not what we want. That looks like a comms tower, so that's not what we want. Nope, that's another one of those.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Those always send you to minor settlements or trading posts, which is not what we're looking for. We're looking for a transmission tower, specifically. There's something here. That is not. That's just. It's not settlement. It's just a shelter. That's another shelter. Okay, that's just a save point. Okay, that's another minor settlement thing. Yeah, you notice that it didn't find this that we're coming up on right here. And I believe this is an observatory rather than a transmission tower here. Of course, it could be a factory, but I don't think it is. I think it's going to be an observatory. Yeah, observatory. The life form clicks their heel together in an authoritarian fashion. They display a series of holographic images, a reptilian figure, and a taller life form with a metal casing, before gesturing aggressively with their weapon. Interloper, give Viking something. The warrior snarls at me, and their fingers twitch over the weapon's trigger. They demand an answer. I stand tall and bark at the warrior as fiercely as I can, attempting to resemble a Viking of high rank. Consul Quig looks astonished. Conditioned by years of obedience, they become cowed, apologetic. They hand over their own multi-tool as tribute. Okay. You know, I just want to say this. And I think I may have said this before. For a species that is supposed to be warriors who take pride in their weapons and everything, why is every weapon that they have ever given me broken? Not only are they usually not that great, but they're always mostly fucked up and everything, which means they clearly haven't been taking care of the weapons they're supposed to have pride and stuff in. So I don't know. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's just seems off. It just seems like that doesn't really fit with the story that the developers have tried to present. Factory, maybe? Yeah, manufacturing facility. I keep calling them factories, but they actually are listed as manufacturing facilities. Which is perfectly fine. We still need more of these as well, come to think of it. We need a lot more of these. Because, yeah. We still have a good few products we haven't picked up yet. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Trying to use the crappy one. The terminal flashes an urgent warning. Some vital part of the facility has been compromised by the security alert. Alert! That's all we can read. The display takes me aback. A warrior's heart is on screen, its beat irregular. Connected to wires and artificial valves, it seems to pump a biological liquid through organs deep within the facility. Ooh, never heard of. I haven't really seen that one before. So we are going to the display takes me aback. Okay. Okay, so this is the right one. I don't know why it says delay 0.4 seconds. So, okay, increase electrical flow is the answer to this one. I increase the power flow to the facility's heart. It judders, then establishes a regular beat. Its strange existence continues. With this emergency over, the terminal reverts to a standard factory input system. Normal operations have resumed and I have access. Learn new recipe. We do need the unstable plasma. We're gonna get that one because we need to be able to recharge. Yeah, we have a weapon that we need to be able to use that to recharge. Okay. Okay, well that was an accidental waste, but it's fine. We have plenty of navigational data. Transmission tower, please. I'm starting to think the signal booster might not even be able to pick up. Nope, there's one. Never mind. I was gonna say I was starting to. Oh no, that's an observatory again. This transmission. I thought it was gonna be a transmission tower. All right. I'm just gonna. Oh. You can't. Okay. So the reason we haven't gotten any transmission towers with this is because you can't get transmission towers with this anymore. You can still get other stuff, but you can't get transmission towers with the signal booster. I thought you could, but it looks like they removed that in one of the as part of one of the updates. So now the signal booster can't even get them. It will only get this other stuff. So what we will need to do is, I'm pretty sure we don't have it yet, but I'm pretty sure the roamers. I'm gonna look it up to make sure that I'm getting the right one. Okay, it's the Minotaur. It's the Minotaur. All right, so sorry about that. I'm flying around like a chicken with his head cut off. All right. Sorry, I was actually I was contemplating, and the phone call came in. And now I'm trying to, because I'm trying to decide, because this has got to be fairly boring to watch. Seriously? Okay. I'm not gonna mess with this. We got it marked. We don't. I don't want to go after the thing that you get from these buildings anyway.
Hostile ships defeated.
All right. Okay, so you never get the Minotaur for free. Even when you do the exocraft stuff, you never get that one. The only way I think you might get the Minotaur free is you might get it when you do the settlement quest stuff, but I'm not even positive you actually get it then. I know you need it for part of that quest, but I'm not sure. I don't think you actually get it for free from it. So, I'm pretty sure we have enough salvage data. Somewhere. Do we have not? I guess maybe we don't have any on us? I don't. Oh, it's down here. That's why. Yes, we have 30. That's an. Ooh.
Hostile ships approaching.
Wow.
Hostile ships defeated.
He wasn't nearly as hard as I thought he might be. To be honest with you, that went particularly well. Okay. I mean, for 300,000, he went down quick, right? I've had ones that were 100,000 that nearly killed me. That guy didn't even get a shot off. That's us. Okay, so. We already have a paralysis mortar, so we don't need another one of those. That one's just a broken piece of crap. At least it's a broken piece of crap we got for free. Same thing with this one. Of course, this one does have something we can steal off of it. That we don't do. I mean, we have it, but no reason to build it if we have one that we can just transfer over. Okay. Oh, that made it worth having gotten that for free. We got a multi-tool slot from it. we'll be able to put on a weapon or on a multi-tool we actually want to keep at some point. Yeah, the only problem is with that combat scope thing we got is we have no place to put it. I'm willing to give up a little scanner to put the combat scope in there, because the combat scope is actually fairly useful with the bolt caster. It gives you a little bit of a zoom, and it seems to steady the thing a bit. Like when you fire it, it doesn't recoil. It gives it a little bit of extra, less actually recoil. Yeah, when you're shooting it with the combat scope on, it recoils less. Look, it's the exact same gun, right there. That's not where. Here's what we're after, right here. Exocraft research. First, we need to research upgrades. Nope, not that. Minotaur thrusters, self-greasing servos. There we go. That's what we need right there. It's a sensing array. We don't need the AI pilot. Fuck the AI pilot. I don't need it to fight for me. I just need to scan with it. What is that? It refuses fuel burn. No, we don't need that right now. And I'm not going to buy the upgrades for the roamer type, the other type of exocraft, because we do get those for free when we're doing the quest lines and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not going to buy those right now. I know, I'm just making things harder on myself by insisting on doing it that way, but that was the rule. That was the rules I made, and if I'm not going to follow them, what's the point? Of course, yes, I'm half making the rules up as I go along, obviously, but you know, I'm trying to, you know, stick with it and everything, and stay genuine to my purpose. That's why I gotta keep stopping and thinking about it, because it's like, is this against, you know, does this violate the spirit of the, you know, what I intended to do with this playthrough? You know what I mean? You know, this is why I have to think about stuff like that, you know, when I'm buying certain things and everything. I mean, yeah, it would be stupid super easier for me to just go run around, grab all the salvage data, make a bunch of nanites, and then just buy everything at the anomaly. But that literally the opposite of the purpose of this playthrough and everything. The reason I did doing the Outlaw playthrough is, you know, to show, you know, what it is you can get without doing that. And clearly, like, salvaging the ship sites, you can get a lot of that technology by doing that. But because I'm doing it sort of, it's not really for the first time, but it is kind of for the first time, doing the salvaging of the ships and everything, trying to figure out what the most efficient way to find crashed ships is challenging. That's where, you know, that's where we're at now, and I'm trying to make sure that I didn't buy it. Damn it. Hold on. No, we can't. We'll have to fly back up there. I'm sorry. I bought the part that will do the scanning, but I didn't buy the Minotaur itself. It shouldn't be a problem. I have the salvage data to buy it. I just, for some reason, neglected to do so. Yeah, you have to be under this. Yeah, and basically, you never get any of this stuff for free, and because this is all really newer stuff that came out relatively recently, comparatively. So it was never included as rewards for any of the quests and stuff. So Minotaur, there we go. All right, that should do it. Now we'll have it. You know, I don't really have to fly back down there because I'm going to build the base station at our base. There's no reason to build it out in the middle of nowhere like the Nautilin. We'll never find that where we built that again. So. See, I'm telling you, look, it keeps doing it. It keeps growing this rock back, and I keep having to mine it again. I'm just curious. Nope, it still knows. But it has respawned the ancient data structures. If you notice that. Yeah, they're back. Well, some of them are back. 2 of them haven't respawned. Wait, or 3 of them? Anyway, some of them have though. We can collect them. Actually, let's go check. It may have reset this, even though it still tells us it's a manufacturing facility. That doesn't mean it didn't reset. Now that I think about it, let's see if we got a door. It's got a door. Look, it did reset. I'm gonna have to check it more often. I bet, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, if we find a transmission tower, I'm marking that son of a bitch, because it might reset those as well. And we might be able to use them more than once. Yeah, because if it's resetting these buildings, I bet it'll reset those as well. So, and that's just good. that's just good using of your resources, is to, you know, if it resets them, use them again. It probably won't send you to the same wreck again and again anyway. It'll send you to different ones. As I turn on the terminal, a forward-facing security scanner clicks and whirs into focus. My bright red image is on screen. Viking High Command is all we understand. The terminal allows me no further access. In the camera feed, blue lines cross the red of my body, matching exactly to my exosuit's coolant mesh. I transmit the safety override code, putting an end to the emergency transmission. The Viking warship stands down, broadcasting a respectful gra. The terminal unlocks. And we got that because we have high standing with them. So, yeah, if it ever comes up that it's like, oh, it's a standing-based one, that's almost always a good result, being able to use that. So, we can learn another recipe. What do we got? We don't need starship. I mean, they can be useful, but everything you can do with the starship battery, you can do with other things that are really cheaper to use. like the Starship battery. The only thing I know of that you can recharge with it is the shield. And in fact, it says Star Shield batteries, not Starship batteries. And you can just recharge your shield with. Give me a second to remember. The yellow stuff. Oh, that's so funny. I'm just like, it's the yellow stuff. There it is, sodium. As soon as I saw it, it's actually orange, isn't it? It's not yellow at all. It's orange. All right, so that's working out. I like that they just keep retooling the factory, and I can just keep coming. And that's what I'm gonna say. You know, it's not resetting. You know, somebody came and like, oh, someone broke in here, and then they, you know, they reset everything, got it all fixed up, and all that kind of stuff, and then just keep coming back like Outlaws do, breaking in again. Okay, so Minotaur time. We need gold. We have gold. We may have to start farming some more gold soon, though, if we want to actually keep. Oh, that reminds me. Let's see. We have some stuff we can actually use now that we couldn't use before. Because we have our exosuit expanded significantly from previous. Alright, so first things first. %, solar panel. 18% life tanks. I hate to say it, but life support is one of my lowest priorities as far as... I know, it probably would be one of my higher priorities if I had... if I didn't have the setting for relaxed sprinting. But I do, and so it is one of my lowest priority items. And it would still be, I will never use a supercharged slot for any life support thing ever. It's never gonna happen. We do have this that we got for free, and I haven't installed. Let's install that. I've been neglecting this stuff, and now I'm just thinking about it for the first time, really. Okay, so jetpack. I'm a big fan of the jetpack stuff. Right now we don't have much in the way of, but we do have this, which is technically a free upgrade in terms of the way the game treats it. That's a B. What's the best one we got? 33 health and 34 shield. That's our best one right there, for sure. This one's good. All right, so we're gonna there. All right, that's good there, and then we'll put this there for now. Yeah, for now that's fine. Alright, and then this, we need to put that there. We have a toxic one. I mean, none of those are ones that we actually... Oh, yeah, there we go. Now we have two. I forgot, we had an underwater one, we had unequipped. Now we have two. Nice. Oh, I had the neural stimulator and I uninstalled it. Son of a bitch. It was cheap. It was cheap anyway. It's not that big a deal. We'll there. We'll uninstall it again. Install the new one. And we're gonna keep these, even though I'm not gonna do any more of them. I can't. I'm so sick of doing those. I don't even want to look at another one for right now. But we can. Oh, come on, seriously. Okay. I guess I'll do it now because I hate having those things floating up in the fucking sky all the time. So next time I fly, I'll probably do it. But that's so annoying. I didn't mean to activate the thing in the first place. Let's see. Alright, open one of those. See if it's better than any of the other ones. 4133. No. No, because that one's got shields and that one doesn't. So we don't have any room for any of that, so. However, what we can do, some of them aren't good, so we can definitely try and get a better one. Like that one. That one's not bad. I mean, at least it's 2% damage. The other one I think was only 1% damage. If that. So yeah, that one's 1% and 10%. And the other one was... Alright, I'm just comparing here. 2% and then 12% reload time. No, that one's gone. We don't need that one. Yeah. Okay, so that's better. We got 2%, yeah. Alright, so let's see. And we started all of this off because we needed gold, which was, I didn't even go to the right box for. Old hot ice going here. I can go in there as well. don't need any of that stuff right now. That can go in there as well. We'll keep the repair kits on us. That's not a problem. Okay. Alright, so I need to take a little break while we're standing in a nice safe spot. I will resume, and of course I'll stitch the two together so you don't have to, start a whole new one after only watching this far. Sorry about that. I'm trying to not have to stitch these together as much as possible. And by stitch together, I mean make a recording, and then stop that recording, and then start another recording, and then I just combine them into one after the fact. But when you do that, it leaves a gap no matter what I do. Probably because I'm just not very experienced at editing and stuff yet. Hell, we're lucky I've got the thing working so that it's reasonably clear on the sound and video and everything. I did an entire series basically, and only after I finished it found out that I had the settings entirely wrong, and it looked awful and sounded almost as bad as it looked. So yeah, let's not admit that a second time. But I mean, shit happens. So we are now going to. I think we still have to build the damn Minotaur thing. I've been fucking around for the last 20 minutes, and this is what we were supposed to do. It's got the environmental control unit. I was gonna say it should already have that installed, and then radar array. We should have everything for that. There we go. We'll stick that there. That's as powerful as it's ever gonna get. There. Yeah. Now everything is supercharged, really. Not that it matters. We're that's the only time we're ever gonna move like that in it. So yeah, and this. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can actually scan for distress signals, but a lot of times you'll get freighter crash sites. But in this particular case, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So, yeah, we'll get out of the ship, and because we need freighter parts as well. So, but the problem with the distress signals thing, I just want to point this out with the Minotaur, is we will get a lot of, if we do it directly, scan for the distress signals, we'll get a lot of, and I'll show them to you. Okay, that was a lot closer than I thought it was. We'll get a lot of occupied space starships that we'll find. It'll be crashed starships, but there will be somebody with them, and yeah, you just can't kill them and take their starship. That should be an option. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but I'm supposed to be a fucking outlaw, right? It's like, I like your starship. Hand it over. But you don't get that. There's no option for that. There we go. Multi-tool expansion slot. See, we're gonna get some good stuff. All stuff that we need for one reason or another. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to say, it's so much less just absolutely teeth-grindingly annoying. Not because not only do we have more exosuit slots, which I did a lot of work to get, but with the stack size and everything, it just makes it so I'm not constantly having to do
Protection. Falling.
more and more and more inventory management. Because, like I said, inventory management, all of that extra inventory management, it doesn't make anything more difficult. It just really, really, really gets annoying very rapidly.
Radiation protection. Falling.
And I think the argument, and I've been thinking about this, obviously, and I got nothing else to talk about right now, so I have been thinking about it, and everything, and I think in terms of the difficulty and everything, I think the argument for not modifying it would be that well, with less space and less stacks that you can carry and everything, you have to get rid of more things. You have to prioritize what it is you're going to keep, and what it is you're going to throw away. And thus, you don't have a stack of slime that later on you can, or whatever, because you threw that slime away because you needed to make room for other stuff. Now, I agree that there is a slight aspect to that. And if you were throwing away things that were worth hundreds of thousands or something like that, but that's not what's going on. You end up throwing away the cheapest things and everything. And so, and then you just have to go back and collect those cheap things again later, thus increasing the annoyance factor, but not the actual difficulty, again, as I was saying. So that's where that's where I am. That's where I land on that subject. And everything, I believe. Alright, so I'm going to do a couple more of these, and we'll see, but probably this one will be, I wanted to show you what you find when you actually use that to find a distress signal, versus what you get when you find a transmission tower. Because we can use the Minotaur to find secure sites, which will inevitably, maybe after one or two tries, find a transmission tower, which is what we actually want. Of course, it might prove me wrong right here, and this might be because you can get a regular crashed ship, but usually this one is. A lot of times it's not. A lot of times this one will be a ship that has a pilot still. Oh, or it will be nothing at all. Yep, this can happen as well. I forgot about this. This is a respawn point. If you die and you are respawned to a new iteration, this is where you would appear. Or, well, actually, your ship would appear here, and you would appear at some random place a few hundred units away. But still, basically the same principle in general. So that's what sometimes happens when you use the Minotaur to scan for distress signals. It still doesn't make my point exactly, but it kind of makes it a little bit because. Yeah. There's another one. Let's see if this one's it. How funny would it be if it was another respawn point? Not very? Yes, I agree. It would not be very funny. See the little pilot walking around down there? This is exactly what we wanted. The solar crash solar ship. The problem is that we're not going to be allowed to actually take the ship. The nearby life form observes me as I approach this ship. Perhaps they could offer clues about what occurred here. Hello. You appear to be unmurderable. Starship is pathetic. Yeah, we got that. And starship death pathetic, the must be, and gra. I don't know what all that means. The Vikings seem both ragged with exhaustion and inconsolably furious. They are unsteady on their feet with the disoriented manner of someone who has flown for days without rest. Whatever or whoever they were pursuing, it doesn't seem to be nearby. Offer sustenance. Rage bubbles up in the warrior, perceiving insult in the kindly meant gesture. It was not their own weakness or hunger that landed them here. It was the weakness of their ship. Okay. Guard Hori makes a vulgar gesture towards the starship, seeming to resent it for failing them. I am welcome to investigate, it seems. Well, if you don't like your ship, then I'll take it. That's not an option, though, is it? No. Yeah, and when you find these, not only do you lose out on the ship, but you may notice that there is no distress beacon thing that you can get a technology from, either. The starship is only lightly damaged, its navigation still actively targeting coordinates in a nearby system. Judging by the movement of the target, it is almost certainly another ship, perhaps only one hyperdrive jump away. A cursory examination reveals that both the launch thrusters and hyperdrive have been drained of fuel. It seems a simple, empty tank is the source of all this warrior's frustration. He can get his own fucking answer. The launch thruster is refueled. The ship is no longer grounded, and any further maintenance can be carried out at a space station or trade outpost. Go away. Guard Hoiri roars with thanks, gifting me some of their cargo. I tried to explain that they should dock somewhere to refuel their hyperdrive, but I'm not sure they understand. Their focus has returned to their pursuit, eyes glittering with bloodlust. Well, I mean, he's not exactly going to get to the next system without. And yeah, and that's one of my problems with this. For what we just did, one unstable plasma is not a sufficient reward for all of that you have to do and read through. And what I gave him there, just the launch thruster fuel is what, 450 units, and then this is 5,000. So we made a profit at least, but it's not worth it. 5,000 units. All right, so don't worry, I'm not planning on doing that same one again. Hopefully we'll get lucky on our first or second try with the secure facilities. Nope, observatory the first time. Let's see. It might just give us another observatory. We'll see. At least it doesn't just tell us, There we go. See, I knew it would potentially. It will try to scan for a different thing if you just keep going. And this is what we wanted. We wanted a transmission tower, which you would think it would have found if it's only 30 seconds away. It would have found that right off the bat. The other one was like 20 minutes away. I have no idea how it determines what it finds. You would think it would just find the nearest thing. And I could see that. That would be relatively reasonable. and everything, but it kind of doesn't. Like, it can be random in such an odd way. Okay, so now the point that I was trying to make before should be fairly obvious once we do this one, because these transmission towers always send you to either a wreck. Well, they always send you to a wreck. It'll always be a shipwreck or a freighter wreck. Most of the time, it's an actual shipwreck, and I've never had a transmission tower send me to one that's got a person at it. The warrior looks up from a screen of flashing alerts. They bare their teeth at me, quivering with barely contained fury. Pathetic interloper, something warrior with death, death, death. It's clear that my presence is barely tolerated here. The warrior's hand reaches to their weapon. Shoot his ass. It doesn't give me that option. Stare. I stay where I am, staring at the warrior. My continued presence unsettles them. Eventually, they offer me a handful of nanites if I leave. Sure. All right, I'm out of here. You pay me, I'll leave. That's basically a pirate's code. You pay me, I'll leave. Transmission readout suggests that long ago a distress signal went unanswered. A sequence of numbers has been repeating itself for so long that its imprint is burned into the screen. An input box flashes at me insistently. If I crack the code, I can find the ship. 99928681. Let's see if I can figure that one out. 77. Distress signal coordinates discovered. There we go. That's what a distress signal. That will be a crashed ship. And now, like I said, hopefully I've still got enough. I need to go pick up some of my old save points that I don't need to have out forever. But I should still have one available to be able to place here. Let's make it purple. Purple's pretty obvious. Oh, wait, no, I have one that's purple, don't I? I guess light blue. Green? Yeah, we'll make it green. Yeah, okay, it's green. So, it's green now. I'm gonna grab this real quick. And this is just an experiment to see if this will reset if we go away and then later come back. If we can use the same tower again. Like, my plan is I'm going to go to wherever the ship that we just found is, get it, do a reload, do a save and reload, and then try coming back and seeing if the tower is reset. It may not, because sometimes that factory isn't reset. I don't think either, so. What I'm really trying to figure out is what it is that resets the buildings. It can't be distance, because I have gone to a building and it hadn't reset, and have, been to entire other systems. Do I have more than one? Like, I see other distress beacon points, or what look like distress beacon points. But I only located one, so I'm going to have to check that out. And I believe that is a fighter ship, which is not unacceptable as a... Yeah, and as you can see, no pilot. This sends you to an actual salvageable shipwreck. The black box projects the footage of the craft's final moments. Engine failure leading to a crash landing, but gives no clue as to the whereabouts of the pilot. I noticed the insignia of pirates. I should be wary. The ship's control panel appears to still be operational. Investigate the control panel. I retrieve a vital ship technology blueprint from the terminal. A crashing from the hold convinces me to leave. And we got the conflict scanner as well as the other one, the economy scanner. Of course, we really only need one or the other, but I'm not going to complain about. I usually do install both. You know, because I like to have as much information as possible whenever I'm jumping to different systems. Let's see what we got here. So this is a C-class POS. There's nothing wrong with it. We'll definitely be able to take it apart for scrap. Go ahead and claim it. Get that for free. Let's see, how many ships do we have at this point? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're maxed out. We are maxed out, so we need to go bust some ships up, or store them, or well, we can't store them because we ain't got a freighter yet. Can we even see that, or is it just showing it? No, it's just showing it up on the top bars of the thing. Okay. I'm going to get this stupid drop pod off my radar. I want that ship. I want to fly around in that, just blowing things up.
Technology prepared. Technology prepared.
Need an antimatter housing. And yes, I know we still need a few more upgrades left. I did not get all of them done because I didn't have enough, and I didn't want to go buy more. I swear to God, I was just absolutely done with the whole process at that point. And I was just like, I gotta do something else or I'm going to just scream. Okay, so up, and away. So now, our next thing is we need the space anomaly. Why do we need the space anomaly since you can't take ships apart on it? Ah, that would be because I refuse to repair any of those ships. And one special little thing about the space anomaly is you can summon completely broken ships there to be your primary ship. And you can use the teleporter. So what you do is you get out of your good ship, you go to your thing, and you pull up a broken ship, which is still broken. You get into it, you get out of it, then you run over here. And yes, we could just go ahead and fix it, but why waste the materials? Go here, go to space stations. And now, because it's our active ship, even though it's broken, it comes with us. Actually, that one may not. No, that one was definitely broken. I think it repaired it. Okay, guys. I think it repaired it. Let's see. So this is a C-class, so we're just, and it's a hauler, so I'm not going to retrieve any parts from it. I'm just gonna salvage it. Bye-bye. Let's see what it gets replaced with. Is it our main ship or is it one of our broken ships? It's the safe haven. Okay, so yeah, sometimes it'll replace it with the broken ship. See, critically damaged, critically damaged, critically damaged. I think they all are going to say that because I don't think I prepared. I didn't repair any of them. So, yeah, and the sad part is you can just return to the space anomaly, but you lose that ability once you actually break one down. Of course, it's really not that big a deal if you then summon the space anomaly 2 feet outside the station. Because, no, well, normally it would make it really easy to do that, but now I have to kill this guy. So yeah, after we get any kind of good ship set up, or even a fair ship set up here, we'll work on freighter, on getting a freighter. That's kind of the next thing. So yeah, this is one of the C classes. Make sure I go to the right thing. It does repair it. Look at that. I know that was broken. I know it was. So, you get free repairs. Man, that one was not worth much, was it? Now this one is already repaired. So why couldn't I... Oh, hey, hold on. Just summoning them into this one repairs it. Summoning them to the anomaly automatically repairs the pulse engine and launch thrusters. Or at least that certainly seems to be the case. So all I have to do is go through and switch to each one. Okay, I didn't realize this. This is a very cool thing to find out. Because I know all of these. You saw me try to summon them earlier, so you know that they were broken. I should salvage that. I really should. So, let's see. Do we have anything that breaks into a wiring loom? Well, that'll bring in a three microprocessors. No, none of that. I know we have something we can at least install and yeah. There we go. There we go. Now we got wiring looms. We can't buy these, so we have to salvage them when we can find them. You know what I mean? I mean, we can buy the X-Class ones, but, you know, these are completely reliable. It's 30% instead of 36%, but, again, reliable. All right, so, let's see. I'm not going to bother salvaging like a B-class one, but... Now I think we ended up with 2 of that one, or 2 like that one. No, we only have 1 like that one. I thought we had 2. God, we got so many of that same hauler ship. Okay. So now we shouldn't have to come back. We should be able to just summon all of them and do the work. So, that's good to know. Unless all the ones except the one that you haven't breaks again, which and I don't know why it would. Nope. Yeah, I can change them now. So, there we go. All right, so we can break that down and get. Yeah, I was gonna say you can. Like if it's got ones in it that are broken, you can still break those broken one down for the parts. Like so, if it's got upgrades, you can get wiring looms and some materials out of them before you salvage. This one I don't think that's transferable or anything. It would be great if it was, but I think you can only have that in a solar ship. So, like, solar mirrors, yeah, we need silver, which I have stored. I don't have any on me. All right, well, we're just gonna break it. It comes with every solar ship has one anyway, so. And we're not gonna break this one down. It's not worth much anyway, but it doesn't matter what class it is. We can take the cockpit, and when we build ours. It doesn't know what class this came from in the first place. You know that hauler that we broke down was one of the S classes. I thought it was the C class. It was not the C class. Okay, this is another one of the S classes. This one I'm going to mark as repair. Do not dispose. Alright, so that one we're going to keep and we're going to repair it. That's the one I intend to trade for a Sentinel ship. At some point. So... Alright, now this one... I guess let's keep the cockpit of this one. Because it's not going to be worth a lot, I can tell you that right now. I mean, the breaking down the ship is not going to be worth much. Yeah, a million? It's not worth very much. So we're going to save the hull on that one. So now we have two hulls, both of which we have no pairings for, but oh, that one says it's still critically damaged, so we can't do that one. All right, so this one, okay, this is another of the S classes. So that should be the three. We got three of these. I think we got three of them. I don't think we got more. Alright, so this, I'm going to mark this one S class number 2 for now, because I don't want to break them down until I'm sure of what we have. So, because there's that one that's still critically damaged. Oh, okay, and we did have another. We did have another one of this. That's C class. We'll take that apart. Okay, so we're gonna keep the. Sorry, I want to see which way. I want the long wing. I like those. I like the long wings. So, I guess that's gonna be the right wing. I think. Certainly hope so. I'll tell you what. We save a restore point, and it turns out to be the wrong wing. We can just reload, try again. Alright, so it should be the right wing, but I'd hate to take it apart and then go, that was the wrong fucking wing. Alright, so right wing should be the long one? Yeah, it's the long one, based on the picture. And of course now you'd be like, oh, I want that long wing on both sides. Ah, yes, and you can get it, but you have to find one that has a left wing that's long like that. You can't salvage two right wings and put, I don't know, right? Alright, so now we've got... Okay, so here's the C class of this one. This is the one I thought that I was breaking down earlier. And I should have known when it was worth like 16 million instead of 6 million that I was breaking the wrong thing down. Alright. Oh, it has that. Waste not, want not. so now we have... That's got to be another C-class one, but we have to go fix it first. No, this isn't... I don't remember getting 4 of the S-class ships. Okay. Well, I mean... I certainly don't remember getting 4 of them, but apparently we have. Or had 4 of them, or... there was an error, and I really did break down a C-class ship, and it counted it as an S-class ship, so... I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm going to probably keep 2 of the S-classes, then. In order to be able to trade for... Of course, I'll have to repair them both. That shouldn't actually be too big of a problem, though. Because now that I've sold all of these other ones... I should have enough money to buy a significant number of repair kits. And we're going to call this one... repair number 2. Do not destroy. There we go. Okay, so, and, right, this one is the one we will go ahead and... Oh, ow! I just got hit by a starship! Probably not good for your brain. Yes. Now this one we will scrap 16 million. Alright, there we go. So. Alright, so our money. Money. Sorry. Keeping that. We get rid of that. We get rid of that. Oh, we can get rid of that. Alright, let's see. So, second circuitry. Living slide. This is fluid. Residue loop. Compressed indium scraps. So, like 16 of it. Stable gel. Don't need that. I always keep the rusted metal. Neural ducts. That's trade goods. I'm not even sure where that came from. Starship valves. Some hydro regulators. Spools. Nano cables. 53 million. We're not doing too terrible on that front. There. Also sell these pirate transponders. That residual goop. Definitely keeping the suspicious packets of arms intact. We'll be going through an awful lot of those later. Okay. And of course, breaking down the ships got us some storage augmentations for when we have a good ship that we want to actually use them on. So, yeah. That's, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Alright, so, but we do have... We need one more part to even make an explorer. ship. Put one of those together. Oh, I was gonna, yeah. Oh, he has 8. Nice. That'll be stupid helpful. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do there is I'm going to go ahead and summon one of the ones for repair. Right, and some of these are chromatic metal, where we can do that. We can even get platinum. Antimatter is super easy. Here's the ones. Yeah, activated copper's kind of hard to come by. About up here. And I think we can pretty much swing most of this. We even have paraffinium stashed away. Of course, we probably don't have that much paraffinium. Oh god, that's a lot of platinum too. Yeah, I think we can make all of that happen except probably the platinum. We may have to buy that from... See, he's already got another repair kit, and we didn't even go anywhere. It's just however, it just takes a little bit for them to restock it. Let's see. We're going to talk to one of these. We're going to talk to this pilot over here. Let's see if he's got anything for trade. This is the best way a lot of times to find stuff like platinum and gold and things like that. Is yeah, you can just buy some. And we do have a couple of good sources for that. Because, like, platinum, it's really irritating to farm that in asteroid fields. You get it, but you can't know when you're going to get it. Exactly. I'm going to switch back to our main ship here. It is. And no, I'm not after the save beacon. I marked a trading post with the save beacon. So I could, well, okay, this one wasn't a trading post. It was a, but it works the same way. Traders ship stop by here. And you can still trigger first wave. let's see what milestone we got. Oh, just aliens, man. We have met a lot of aliens. Yeah. Oh. Really? You're down. Okay. I didn't know I could meet you guys this far down. Like, I guess I need to look more carefully for travelers then. I may have missed one. If they can go down onto the lower levels. I thought you could only get those guys up on the top levels. Alright, so... buy some silver from this guy. Yeah, and all of them would generally have different stuff to trade. So it's totally possible we can find somebody who will have platinum. And it would be faster to just find someone who's selling some platinum than to try and farm it. Also, I just bought a bunch of repair kits. I can use those if I absolutely have no other options. Okay, so let's trigger another first wave, and that should give us some more potential trading partners. I guess I'll explain that, just in case there's people who don't know what I'm talking about the first wave. Whenever you first load in these places, trading posts, the observation places like this, or whatever it's called, archive. I said observation. Archive. The archive places, yeah, it kind of spawns a first wave of ships to come and land. And see, there they are. You can see them. And there'll be a ship pretty much for every space, and then some. And when you do that, often one of those ships will be the system's rare ship. Whether it be one that lands or not may be another question. Sometimes it'll spawn it and it'll just fly past. But if it does land, you can obviously normally, if you're not playing in one like I am, where I say you can't buy ships from NPCs, you can buy that rare ship, which the exotic ones are always S-class. So there we go. I knew we'd be able to find some platinum. Didn't even take long. But as you can see, they don't stay long. The first wave ships, they stay for just a short time, and then they take off again, and everything. So yeah, if you're interacting with one, you can miss all of the others as they take off again. So yeah. I think our next stop should be back to our, because I bought some gold. We were running out of gold and stuff, but I don't know. Some people might feel like that's a cop-out, but I earned the money, and then I had to go find somebody that had the stuff to buy and everything. We do need to. We'll actually mine some more paraffinium because there was a lot of that required. I'm sure I only have like 300 or 400 of that left in our stockpile. Oh, and also I need to check to see if that transmission tower, whether it reset or not. No, that's the wrong one. That's oxygen. Oh, and by the way, the oxygen farm is also good for making money. Salt is one of the most expensive things that you can that you can farm to sell, and you can combine salt and oxygen in a medium refiner, and it like quadruples the salt or something. We can go check the actual ratio because I have salt, right? See, I put it I may have cleaned the roamer out, so I'm not sure it's in here. Yeah, it's not in there. It's fine. I know I have salt. I just have to figure out where I have it. It's probably in here instead. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so salt. And as you can see, we have a whole bunch of oxygen still, 6,900 and something. And I guarantee you we have a whole bunch more that we can go pick up right now. But this is just a demonstration. So you got salt, and salt you can turn into chlorine, obviously, at a ratio of 2 to 1. And we did need some chlorine, so that's what was making one of the things that was making me think about salt, and that we would need some. But then, so you combine it with oxygen. There it is, and it turns it into chlorine at 2 to 5. So we can just turn all of this salt into chlorine, and then you can turn the chlorine back into salt, and it makes a lot. And I think it's 2 to 1, or might be even more than that, when you convert the chlorine back. So, yeah. Yeah, and now, trying to remember, I think, I'm just checking on this. No, it's not carbon. I think there's something you can actually add to this recipe that makes it go even further. Is it oxygen again? Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay, so if you add oxygen to the chlorine, then it goes 1 to 6, 2 to 6. So it triples the amount of chlorine when you combine oxygen and the chlorine. So that makes it go even further. And then when you convert it back to salt, you just get stacks and stacks and stacks of it. Actually, you might just be able to sell the chlorine, but I think the salt might be. I'll have to look. 205 for a unit of chlorine. But yeah, you can see the money just piling up here for just a handful of oxygen and some. We started with 600 salt. And as long as you don't get rid of all of your chlorine, you can always, as long as you can get more oxygen, you can just keep this whole thing going and make millions of units. Thus, the oxygen farm. Alright, so... Okay, so it's 101. So the chlorine is it's actually worth more than double by a tiny amount. So you are better off sticking with, making chlorine out of all your salt. And selling the chlorine. So that is your best option as far as that goes. But yeah, we needed the chlorine anyway. So, and we didn't actually need the salt directly for anything anytime soon. We might need it for something later, but if we do, again, we can just turn the chlorine into. Since we used up a bunch of our oxygen, and it's probably full by now, or it may be close to full anyway. Yeah, you want to harvest your farms before they fill up the storage. Otherwise, yeah, see, it's not full. It's not close to full yet. It's about half full. But 6,500, that's more than we just used. Yeah, it brings us back up to over 10,000. And now mine is a small oxygen farm. I've only got 4 extractors going. if I wanted to really kick it up a notch and get a real oxygen farm going, I would build straight up. I would build a stack of 4, and then a stack of 4 on top of that, and a stack of 4 on top of that, and a stack of 4 on top of that, until I had about 12 or more oxygen harvesters going on the same node, because you basically are unlimited on that. You can just keep going straight up right on top of the center of that node and be within 1% of the maximum draw, as long as you just keep going straight vertical from the hotspot. And so you can basically just unlimitedly, and you can go up 1,200 units straight up and keep doing that. So, you know, if that's what you want to do, you can farm an immense amount of oxygen. And of course, the copper that we're doing there turns into the, we can process that, and it becomes the chromatic metal, which is used in all of the stuff that you need to build these farms and everything. It's really the most important of the materials for that. So, once you have copper and a good copper farm like this and an oxygen farm, you're in good shape, because you can basically multiply all your base metals like ferrite and ferrite dust and carbon. You can just combine it with oxygen and convert the oxygen and make more of those. So as long as you are getting oxygen and copper, at least. Of course, the copper you'll want to trade out once you have access to a blue system for like activated indium, because that converts to chromatic metal at an extremely high conversion rate. It is like 6 to 1. Like one activated indium is like 6 chromatic metal. So yeah, it's also still pretty valuable. I think it's even more valuable than the salt and everything. So yeah, cadmium is 83, so indium's probably, it might be 200. I wish I had some indium so I could just know. Anyway, but yeah, gold is good, but there's no way I know of to actually multiply that to make money. Whereas with the chlorine, obviously at 205 each, you're basically printing money by doing that conversion, because it gives you a whole lot more every time you do it than you're using up in value. Okay, so now I guess what I need to do is okay, there we go. That's right, we needed paraffinium. I don't know how much we have though. Yeah, we got 600. That might be enough to do the whole thing. Yeah, there we go. And I know we had pugnium. There's that platinum we bought. Yeah, and as much as I dislike these, once I repair it, I will use it until because it is significantly superior to our base starting ship. So yeah, it has a lot. It has a lot more inventory slots open. It has a lot more technology slots currently unlocked. We need 3 microprocessors. If there's another paraffinium one, we may run short, because I think that was probably really close to the last of our paraffinium. Yeah, well, we can do one more slot. Hope there's not yeah, there's at least 2, 3 down there. We're gonna need more paraffinium for sure. Well, actually, I do have those repairs. I do have those repair kits, so we'll see if we can get through it with that. Ah, now I'm glad I collected all those wiring looms. Okay, magnetized ferrite's no problem. I'll go ahead and repair what I can, and then I'll go and make the stuff I need for the rest. Like here, I'll need more paraffinium. I have enough magnetized ferrite for that one. A lot of these require gold, which makes them rather expensive. Ooh, dioxide's going to be a problem. But not because we can't get it, but because we don't have any. We'll have to go. Mine it especially. Oh, we're out of wiring looms. That's okay. I have a backup of stuff available for that particular issue. Ha! See, I thought of this ahead of time. So that's 20. That's actually better than the other one. So. $33 fuel efficiency. Nope. Not important. Bolt caster. 1% damage, burst cooldown. That's pretty good. Better than that. Well, the fire rate on that's better. That one's got good fire rate. That one's got good fire rate. Alright, we're killing that one. We'll keep that one. No, it's not bad at all. Okay. Yeah, these aren't even going to be worth looking at. Oh, that one wasn't terrible. Still not going to keep a B. Still not going to keep a B class one. Okay. And the C's, there's no point in even. Those are just, we have those to take apart. We can either take them apart or we can trade them for nanites, but they're actually only worth like, most of these C-class ones are worth like 100 at most, 86 I think, for the cheaper ones. Yeah, and their effects are minuscule, really. Yeah, a 2% burst cooldown. 1% damage. You get that 1% damage with any of them, really. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, now we have wiring looms. Yay! Wiring looms. Starship. Back to the starship. Yes, so we need 6, 9. We need 9 antimatter. Before I make antimatter, I'm just making sure I don't have any left in one of these boxes. Because sometimes I do have some left in the boxes. Okay, this time I don't. Oh, I know where I'd have them if I did have some. Where is you? Where is you? There he is. Okay. Aha! I knew I had some. I also had some wiring looms. I also had wiring looms in here. And microprocessors. Well, we'll go ahead and put them in our... I don't think any of that is stuff that we need for the rest of the repairs, but I will still move it over to our exosuit temporarily while we do the rest of the repairs. And I'm only repairing one right now. I clearly don't have enough stuff to repair both.
Component repaired. Technology repaired. Component repaired. Technology repaired.
Yeah, and this is the thing about the repair kit. See, you need a repair kit for each missing component, not just the whole thing. Like you can't just repair this whole thing unless it's just one component that's missing.
Component repaired. Technology repaired.
So pyrite and phosphorus. I'm pretty sure both of those are available in this system. There's phosphorus. We can also get dioxide, so I think we're gonna... We can't get pyrite though. We can turn gold into pyrite, however. Alright, so let's see, so we need... I'll just do them in order. We need paraffinium from this one. We need to make magnetized ferrite. Oh, that's not the right. Yeah, that's rusted metal again. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Is it pure ferrite or is it ferrite dust? Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I gotta remember. I mean, that does. That does make magnetized ferrite. That's not the combination I was thinking of, but it does work. And since we don't really need the copper for anything else... we've got... So I'm looking for our rusted metal. I know we have rusted metal around. Because we're almost out of ferrite dust. And our best source of that is rusted metal. It must be in the... Must be in here. Yeah, we have plenty of copper. We have 2,000 still in there. There it is. We also had some, I just didn't see it, I guess. So while that's processing, let's see why the roamer is basically useless until you upgrade it. Look how slow it is! I can run faster than this! In normal, I can run faster than this without cheating, without mods or anything. Really need to get some uranium too, so we can build the auto miners for projects like this. The big benefit to me of the auto miners is not the that they auto mine really, or even that because they're kind of slow, but the fact that you don't have to dig a big hole and it never runs out of the resource. You stick an auto miner on this resource right here, and it'll keep mining it, and it never disappears. And you can get an infinite amount from it that way. And as you can see, this is not exactly a deep vein of paraffinium up here. But I could have put auto miners, 5 auto miners on it, and it would have just kept going and going and going. I could have gotten thousands of paraffinium out of it, given enough time. All right, let's see. That looks like a good deposit. This one won't be all stingy like the one up there. When it puts deposits on top of those, that's why I was kind of disappointed. I knew it was going to be a bad deposit when it was up there. Because when they put them on things like that, there's 2 ways you can find them. You can either find them on top like that, and it will be a really thin layer, or it'll be running all the way down the side of the thing, and it'll be a massive deposit. So it's generally either or. I don't know why, it's just the way that it does it when it generates the terrain, that if it puts the deposit like on the side, it'll make it huge, because it'll basically turn all of the material all down one side of the height into the paraffinium, or whatever it may be, gold or whatever, and everything. So you end up getting a lot more because of the verticality. of it. But if it hits like right in on the top of it, it'll just turn the top of the thing to that instead of going deep like it does pretty much everywhere else. It's just a weird thing about the way that the terrain generation works in the game.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, so there was no pyrite, so we will definitely have to use repair kits for the pyrite portion of the fixes of those slots. But we're gonna get this whole ship, at least one of them, we're gonna get all fixed up and everything. The other one we'll have to farm more stuff before we can get that one. And by that I mean gold and stuff. We'll have to talk to traders and buy gold and get gold from the asteroid fields and everything. But eventually I think we'll get them both done. We may not need to get them both done. It just depends on what we do after this, and whether or not we find it. If we find one really good Sentinel ship, and I love the way that it looks, we might never have to get another.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Fine, I'll use the very dust.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Yeah, and I know why that's not working down here, and I didn't think about it, but
Technology recharge.
the underwater soil doesn't break down into silica like the above ground soil tends to, or at least not. I mean, it does, but not nearly as much. See, like if I break this down here, See how much I'm breaking down, but I'm not. I'm getting like no silica. I get paraffinium when I hit that, and I get a little bit of silica now and then, but I should be getting tons of silica. And you don't, not from ocean floor. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, 1,700. That's pretty good. That's why I've got to get out of that stupid ship. It's that ship has a bug. It's literally telling me that 100% charge is not enough. Again. It's the same thing it was doing earlier, but
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
oh, and we can't summon the other one because it doesn't have the water landing gear. And we were out in the middle of the water, so there was no way to get the other one to come to us until we got to some land. So, now that we're on land, will it let me... Not that one. I mean, I know it'll let me summon that. But yeah, it still won't let me summon this one. Yes, it's following us. Yeah, that shit's not just random. It's like that ship that I showed you that, you know, when you start mining in any asteroid field, will try to fly in front of your mining efforts no matter where you move to. The electrical storms like that are the same way. If you stand still long enough, they'll just appear right on top of you. But no matter how fast and how far you run, they will follow you. Just like that. See where that is? Do you see any other electrical disturbances way out across? Mm-mm. It's only the ones that keep appearing next to you, or next to me, or us. And there it is again. Ahead of us again. And if I don't move, it will appear on top of us the next time.
Component repaired. Technology repaired. Component repaired. Technology repaired. Component repaired. Technology repaired. Component repaired. Technology repaired. Component repaired. Technology repaired.
So we dioxide, which we can get in this system. So
Component repaired. Technology repaired. Component repaired. Component repaired. Technology repaired. Component repaired. Technology repaired.
so that we can get the phosphorus, and we can get the dioxide. So really, we will only need to use a repair thing for the pyrite for each one of these three. But the rest of these we can fix up on our own. So here's what we're going to do. I believe that probably got more inventory, yeah. At its current capacity, I think the other one's got more inventory and everything now than this one has total. So we're just going to dump this broken ass. I love you, Safe Haven, but you're bugged, man. You're bugged. Oh no, and I've tried that. I thought, oh, what if I put that in a supercharged slot? Would that give me more range? You would think, right? No, it doesn't. It doesn't do anything. And it's super easy to test because you can just see how far away from the ship before it stops giving you access. Hyperdrive modules we can throw in here now. Ooh, they're even fairly good ones. Yeah, there we go. They're fairly good. I'd say they were great. And I was gonna say, I think for S classes they're always 30%. The X's can go higher, but for the S classes they're always that. Exactly. Oh. we're going to call that an extra one for now. Because, yeah, I'm not going to argue over, you know, because right now we have no increases for the pulse draw. We have no increases for the thrusters. We're just going to say that right now we're using that in place of something that we don't have anything for. There's no reason to, you know, get rid of it. I'll replace it later if we get something that's good for something else. So we need. Oh, yeah. We don't need hyperdrive fuel yet. We don't need hyperdrive fuel yet. We need. It's gonna say we need launch thruster fuel. It's gonna go over there. Plasma's gonna be here. Oh. Okay, that may be a bit much. That might be. I just shrugged. You could. I just realized you couldn't see me shrug. I was like, it's a bit much, but I'm still gonna leave it. I mean, until I have something else, I will pull it down when I have other stuff to put back in there. But right now, there's plenty of slots open that could be going to other stuff that I just don't have anything to put in those slots right now. So there's no reason that I can't be, you know, using up slots that would be going to something else. But since I don't have anything, I'm using them for that. And right now, there's 5 of them. 6, like I said, 6 is kind of my limit. I won't go over 6 of any one thing because that used to be the limit. What you could do is you'd have 3 up here and you could put 3 down here. And you can't do that anymore. You cannot install in this inventory type. They added that for some reason. Okay, so we are basically out of gold. I just need to put the stuff over there. It goes to the starship. So that starship, we're gonna keep that in the starship because we're gonna repair with that. We want that on us because we need to shoot things with it. That goes to the storage container. That goes to the storage container. Starship. And if I remember correctly, I left a bunch of ferrite dust in here. And just to demonstrate this, it's not super efficient, but if you have lots of oxygen, say you can turn ferrite dust and oxygen into rusted metal, which then processes into 2 ferrite dust. So you're basically converting 1 oxygen into a ferrite dust by doing this conversion. I'm going to do 500 and then stop. And we'll get that back. We'll get that out later. I'm trying to remember if I processed anything in these lately. I still use those occasionally. That needs to go in the ship. That is ship fuel. Alright, so we're off. We're gonna go get some dioxide. That's the first thing. Alright, let's climb on board our space whale and go into the stars. Or space whale. Actually, it's not, as an S-Class, it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. The maneuverability when these are C-Class is absolutely horrible. But as an S-Class, it's not as bad. Yeah, it can still move and everything. And I guess phosphorus is what we're going for first, because that is what it's trying to latch onto. Okay, now this is one of the reasons that I'm not so fond of the haulers. In third person, look how much of the screen that this thing takes up. Yeah, and you don't get a much better view in first person from the cockpit of these either. But they're generally so huge that, yeah, it takes up a lot of your viewing room. If you're going to take up that much viewing room, I think it should look really awesome. And they don't, man. But at least most of them don't. Like if you can put a good drop ship together, it can look pretty neat, but
Protection falling.
we still had plenty of silver. We don't need silver. Now what we need from here is phosphorus. Oh, I hate these planets where everything glows when you look at it. It wouldn't be such a big deal if it wasn't, because it's way too bright. The glow is, I mean. And why? Why does everything do that? Why? I mean, having a soft luminance is one thing, but Yeah, that pirate attack, if we were anywhere near our ship, I'd deal with it, but... by the time... I've discovered by the time I get to our ship and get in it and into the sky, they will be gone. So there is no point in me doing it unless I'm close enough to the ship to just jump in that sucker right away. And as far as I can tell, those attacks actually have absolutely no effect on anything other than to make me go and fight the pirates. Or give me the opportunity to fight the pirates, I guess. I think that's actually what they're for, is to give you the opportunity to go and fight some pirates. Yeah. Yeah, because look, I can't even see where they are. And keep an eye out if you see any... because if you see any phosphorus, let me know. Ooh, there's some sodium. It might as well. I mean, there's no phosphorus right near here, so we'll grab that sodium and hopefully getting to it will give us... oh, no, there's more sodium. You know, that reminds me. I did mean to check this again. Yeah, so now it can locate. See? It's able to locate the substances. I don't know why it wouldn't do it earlier. So yeah, so like we want phosphorus, right? So I should be able to bam. And then when I do a scan, well, it should be... hold on, is it... locate phosphorus? Am I on a planet that doesn't have any phosphorus? Because I'm pretty sure it said it did. It has phosphorus. Is it that just that there's none close enough? Okay. That's what it is. There's absolutely none in the area. I'm hopeful. I keep hoping that we'll get some more of the protection things that will extend, so we don't have to keep listening to hazard protection constantly. I mean, I know it still says, you know, oh, this is draining, but you know, it doesn't have those constant one after another messages. Ah, there's one. You know, and it was supposed to highlight it, so I'm not sure I'm not sure what the... I guess maybe it's busted or something. Because it definitely wasn't working. I had to fucking find that shit on my own. Oh, look, it's telling me that I need to go to the galaxy map? I guess it doesn't realize this planet has phosphorus? Okay, so... it's broken. That's what's going on. For some reason, this shit is broken. Like... yeah, it thinks we need to... locate a system with phosphorus rather than just get phosphorus from this system. And I know it didn't always do that. That's definitely something messed up with it. That is not usual. I don't know how it's got broken, but hell, it might be my game. I don't know. It's messed up. Oh, seriously? Shit, maybe the game is right, because this is supposed to be, and look, there is like two grains of phosphorus, I guess. You could make 2 matches out of what we found there. Woohoo! Alright, let's see here.
Product received. Product received. Thermal protection falling.
Oh, aren't those cool? They're like the long-tailed ones, but they don't have the long tails. They're just the butterfly. Instead of like a butterfly snake, they're just the butterfly. Alright, well, at least we got some phosphorus here. Not sure how much it is exactly, nor am I sure how much we actually need. I don't think it was an awful lot. I don't think it was like 100 each. I think it was maybe like 50 or 75. I mean, I can definitely look as soon as I'm done mining this smallish node. 75 a piece. So if we don't have enough. We don't have. There's not enough. Oh, there's a trading post. We might be able to make use of that.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Yeah, and now if you really love combat, these whispering eggs are a great way to make money and nanites.
Thermal protection 40.
I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right, so that larval core can be turned into nanites. And that rancid flesh, I'll show you in a second, sells for a lot of units. And these guys will just keep spawning, and you can just keep killing them for quite some time, actually. And you can restart their spawning cycle by looting another egg. So all you gotta do is loot an egg, kill a bunch of them. Loot an egg, kill a bunch of them. And you will end up with at least hundreds of the rancid flesh. If you have, yeah, and look, there's 6,200 units a piece. So even that little bit that I did got me 100 grand worth. And of course the larval cores, while they're worth 69,000 each, and everything, you're better off turning those into nanites. I think they're 50 nanites a piece. Yeah, so just a demonstration there for that. There's a phosphorus. Hopefully that's not the one I already did. Because I may be going the same. I may be going the direction I started, or I can't tell you for sure. 'Cause I lost track while I was shooting. When I was shooting stuff.
Thermal protection 40.
Oh, and fair warning on that one. If you use the neutron cannon, which I love, and is why I really don't do that as much anymore, if you use the neutron cannon, the area of effect will kill the whispering eggs while you're killing all of the little creepazoid dudes and everything. So it's better not to use that because it does area effect. The same thing applies with plasma launchers and terrain cannons. You know, they work. You can kill the stuff with them, and it's very effective. But if you're trying to farm the little freaks for their meat like that and everything, you want to harvest the whispering eggs in a very controlled manner so you can keep the stream of monstrous dudes going. And in order to do that, obviously, you don't want to accidentally destroy all of the eggs while you're fighting them, instead of allowing you to pick them up one egg at a time. So your best bet with that is to use the bolt caster or one of the other direct targeted type of weapons against them. Or to move a good distance away from where the eggs are and don't shoot towards them if you're going to use like a neutron cannon. Which is doable, but the thing is the monstrous guys won't follow you far from the building. You can only get a certain distance away before they'll just start circling the building and not mess with you at all. And of course, as you see, the roof is an option, but it's hard to aim at them from the roof. So really, you know, a good way to do it, in my opinion, is to get them started and then sort of circle the building and don't stop moving. That's the key. If you don't stop moving, they have a really hard time with catching and attacking you, because they have like this leap attack thing that they do, and if you keep moving, it'll just miss. They'll leap at you, but they won't hit you. They'll land where you were just a second ago. 423. Have enough. We got a couple of modules from something. They're A class, but hey, tell you what you can get, huh? All right. Is that enough? I believe it is. Yeah, that should be enough of that. So now we need to get dioxide. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. Alright, I guess we're going to see how this lumbering thing performs in combat. He was a bit of a beast. He had some hefty shields on that ship. Like, significantly improved versus others that I've fought. Like, you remember that dude that was like worth 300 and something thousand? And that went down with like 4 shots? I have yet to figure out how they determine how difficult the dudes are. Welcome to the factory. A strange air hangs over the facility. Beyond the noise of the alarm, I cannot escape the feeling that something more sinister is at work. I search the terminal for clues. Pathetic warrior, something Viking, something, blah blah, blah blah. The text seems to float from the screen, aggressive. It seems like no facility AI I've ever encountered. Echoing up from the deep underground, I hear the electronic wail of dying sentinels. Ooh, that is threatening sounding, isn't it? So, it looks like Catalyst is the way to go on this one. The terminal accepts my input. It barks, and you may have noticed that really there was no clue given. It might have been a clue in the translation stuff, but honestly, I've cheated before and gotten all the language stuff, and there's not, in most of them, there's not even a clue. It's literally them saying things like, you know, how dare you break into our factory, you crazy, you interloper, and stuff like that. But there's no actual clue to what the answer is. Like, you just have to guess. The terminal accepts my input. It barks aggressively at me, but does go on to grant full system access. It seems I have passed the test. Perhaps the lifeform whose place I took will be grateful. Normal operations have resumed, and I have access to the facility's main control panel. I should be able to alter production to my own benefit. That is true. I should be able to, and I am going to. Hydraulic wiring next. We have almost all of the main products. Next is the secondary products. Alright, so... is it still trying to lead us to phosphorus? It is. Abandoned! We've abandoned the search for phosphorus. We couldn't find it on the planet that had phosphorus. I mean, clearly, you know, since the system couldn't find it, we couldn't find it, right? I scanned a lot more stuff on this planet than I did on that other one, for sure. We also have we have a cold protection eye installed, so we are way... Man, you're cool looking. I almost want to make one of those a pet, because they do look pretty cool. That one doesn't, though. That one, like the other one, it's just built. That one, the head's too small. It'll look cool. It just looked weird. Did I? Yep. I was gonna say I passed it, didn't I? That's what's happening. You go, boy. You eat them weird. Oh my god. Oh, that is an unfortunate configuration of face. Oh Jesus. Pardon me. Trying to knock me off.
Thermal protection falling. Technology recharge.
think that's enough. Yep, I think that's gonna get it. Just need enough silicon to recharge my beam. My digging beam. Need to recharge my digging beam. Digging beam, my digging beam. Super close. That's close enough, though. It's 96%. I'm good with that. Okay, so. Hello, my new friend. Alright, and there we go. We have done it. We have successfully repaired and restored a fully freaked up crashed ship. Now you see how freaking hard that actually is to do. It takes, and you got to remember, we were lucky because I had already collected a whole slew of crap before we tried to do this, and everything. So we were already in a good shape to start getting it repaired before we even started it. But and it would have been a whole lot worse if I hadn't already been running around doing all of that collecting and holding on to stuff, because I was like, I know we're gonna need this. All right. So that has got, and of course now this is basically all we have left. I mean, it's still not bad, but we have used up a significant portion of my savings of materials and everything. So our next project is going to be to finish. Both of these require us to leave the system, but this one currently doesn't. But we do want to come back here anyway, and we really want to do this stuff before we get to this, I think. So I think let's finish under a rebel star first, because we have no choice. We have to go to the station it sends us to for that. But there is this the same one we? Well, it's free to land, so I can get out and check and see. Yeah, I think this is the same one. Yeah, because the door is open. We did forget, however, to activate this. Since it's free to land, it's not that big a deal. I actually thought we had gotten further than that from this, or I would have just walked back over here. Okay, so I have a couple of things that I'm remembering that I want to do. So first, let's...
Warning. Threat detected.
And where is this significant threat?
Hostile ships approaching.
heading to another planet. That's the plan. Here we go. Okay, so. Need to get closer so we can differentiate save points from bases from I think this was the transmission tower, the green one. I think I made it green because I was gonna make it another color, and then I was like, oh, I already used that color. I don't currently see that color because I may have picked that one up at some point. Looks like it did reset. A faint but insistent bleeping noise can be heard from the operations terminal. A garbled distress call can be heard amongst it all, alongside screams and the tearing of metal. The only thing that's clear to me is a brief number sequence. Cracking its code could lead me to the crash site. Right? So 2, 4, 12, 48. That's a multiplication one. The 1440. There we go. Distress signal coordinates. Now, okay, so that was a freighter one. And like I said, sometimes they give you the freighter, sometimes they give you the... But if that's reset, this guy should be reset. Pathetic interloper. And the Buns Viking warrior. Sorry, it did say Buns. I know that's not what it's supposed to be. The creature points to an intriguing piece of technology on their datapad, then points to their own face. I'm being goaded into punching them. Absolutely. Hit him. Just... And then he hits back. No problem. We got an upgrade module, though. It may be a crappy upgrade module, but we can always take that sucker apart, right? Okay, so we now know that if we find more transmission towers, that we can mark them and come back to them later and have them be reset. And thus make it infinitely easier to farm shipwrecks. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of building this this methodology because I've never played this way really significantly in time before. Like the previous time when I did do this Outlaw Death playthrough type of thing before, but I really kind of ignored the whole ship thing. I just got a Sentinel ship and didn't do any of the other stuff because you didn't need to. But this time I was like, that felt ig. You know, it felt like I wasn't, like I didn't really do anything for, you know, the output and everything. It was super easy to get the ship, and then I never needed another one because the Sentinel ships are awesome. And I'm just saying, so I felt like I never really worked for that, and I didn't have to do anything else, so yeah. So I never got any of this experience where, you know, you had to do the old style salvaging of the spaceship wrecks and everything, you know. So I'm just really for the first time getting that experience and learning what works, what doesn't work, what's the best way to actually find the different distress signals and everything. And you know, so far it looks like you actually need a combination of using the Minotaur's scanner and to find the transmission towers, and then using the transmission towers to find the correct wrecks. Because if you use the Minotaur directly, it finds mostly the
Extreme subterranean radiation.
the wrecks that already have somebody at them, and you don't want those because you don't get anything from them, really. I mean, I guess there are people that would argue, well, you did get Starship launch fuel or some shit like that, or maybe it was unstable plasma, I don't remember which one, but it doesn't matter, because both of those are worthless in the grand scheme of things. We can make them super easily and everything, rather than going through that entire thing to find the wreck and trace it down and everything. That reward is absolute garbage for everything you have to do to find that wreck in the first place. And the worst part about it is once you've interacted with it in any way, it makes sort of a quest out of it, and you can't just abandon it. You have to do it and finish it, or it doesn't go away. It just stays on your little HUD thing all forever. Like, are you gonna help that guy? We made a great deal of profit in the last port. We asked the Korvax what it wanted us to do with its share. It spoke for the last time since boarding the freighter. It said... Date stamp 2710.2. The Korvax showed me a secret. There is not long to go now. We must head towards the center. We must... Okay. And we did that. We did that. And I believe we didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say there's one we didn't get, right? Radioactive radio. Sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing that. Alright, so we got a freighter and we got that, so we're gonna head to our base of operations. Because it won't have reset already. My guess is it won't reset until we do a reload or something like that. Or maybe visit the space anomaly. I'm not positive what causes it to reload. I know it won't reset if we're sitting right in front of it, so probably a distance reload, like a reloading once you're at a distance from it somewhat, will probably have an effect. Like I'm betting that factory right there has reset as well. The manufacturing facility over there. Yeah, I think one good way to tell whether or not it has is if these ancient data structures have respawned. That's a pretty good indication that the other stuff has reset as well. Probably. It has definitely reset. Yeah. The facility is full of blaring noise, an angry warning against my intrusion. The terminal shows a similarly angry message, apparently upset at the hitch in production. Gah! Gek war... something... rah, 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 rah. It appears an off-world overseer is making demands. If I satisfy them, perhaps I'll be granted full access to the terminal. We don't know what his demands are because we could not read it. Therefore, because I'm not willing to sit here and reload several times to get it right, we will just use what I've been using most of the time, which is a search that has basically all of the answers. It appears an off-world overseer is making demands. So the correct answer is insert metal. I fill the input hopper with a fresh supply of ferrite. The machine continues to chatter, but now do so smoothly. Their supply line's well fed. Normal operations have resumed, and I can learn another recipe. The last recipe of this stuff. The amino chamber. Yay! We got all of the main recipe things. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, storm coming. Hurry to our base! Hurry to our base! Don't get caught out in the weather. You forgot to bring your Jimmy hat. I mean your raincoat. All right. So, there we go. I'm going to take a break. That should be a good little episode there for everybody to enjoy, and I will come back and we will resume with the Under a Rebel Star quest, finishing that up, and then we will move on to do some more stuff after. I'm hoping that we can also find us a good system to jump to and continue with getting our quests and